Just waiting for it to be confirmed that I am live. It does seem like I am live. Just waiting on YouTube. I don't want to mess up these things because I don't normally stream live on YouTube. So it is a bit of a headache setting it up. As soon as I see myself, which I'm starting to see now, there we go. I think we're good. I think we're good. Sup everyone, this is Draco back yet again with some latest Manchester United news. What is happening today? What is happening now? And we got big news. We got big bits of news in regards to Mauricio Pochettino to Manchester United and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's job at stake. You can say that's the news. That's the news. Now, today, this morning, article by Manchester Evening News has come out, and it talked about the fact that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, his job's on the line. The hierarchy has gone behind his back, and kind of talked to Mauricio Pochettino. So I'm going to read you out the article. Then we have a bit of a discussion around it and see what your guys' thoughts are. Do get commenting in below, guys. Make sure you smash the like button. Away we go. Manchester United have approached Mauricio Pochettino with a view to replacing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as the club's next manager. The man understands United have made contact with Pochettino's representatives amid the team's dismal form under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. The man reported last year, December, Pochettino wants to take over as Manchester United manager, and his stance on this role is not believed to have changed. It has gone on to say, insiders say the United hierarchy were privately backing Solskjaer prior to Wednesday night's shambolic Champions League defeat by Istanbul and are reluctant to part company with the Norwegian so early in the season. But if United lose at Everton on Saturday, they could end the weekend 17th in the Premier League. United have lost 3 of the 6 games already. Oh my god. The worst, obviously, start in a very long time. And that's the article that's come out. Now, what's significant about this article, right, is come out by Samuel Lockhurst. Now, for those of you who do not know who Samuel Lockhurst is, he is quite credible when it comes to inside information in regards to Manchester United. In fact, the whole of the Manchester Evening News are sort of like a mouthpiece in regards to Manchester United. For it to come out a day after another shambolic performance by United shows that there is something happening in the background. You know, something's happening, something's going on. Today, only a few hours ago, the dreaded board support, the words of encouragement has come out. So Sky Sports are reporting James Cooper, who's also tied very closely to Manchester United news. He's saying that from what I'm being told, Manchester United still see Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as a long-term project and somebody who should be given the backing and support to do this job. I don't think anything's changed. What's their reaction to the last couple of days? I think it's not good. Obviously, we all know that. A week ago, we were all saying what an amazing coach and how things have changed under Solskjaer. 2 years, still counting. He outthought Leipzig when they won 5-0 at Old Trafford, and everything seemed to be changing. The flip side to that is, how on earth did those players beat Leipzig 5-0 and then put in a performance that we've seen over the last couple of games? There are major question marks. You saw Solskjaer last night. He was furious with what happened in Istanbul. He protected his players, didn't criticize them too much, but I think you can see that he's expecting a big turnaround against Everton at the weekend. We have been here before, but most Manchester United fans will tell you when he needs a result, he gets one. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer came out yesterday and said, in regards to his job security, he said, I decline to comment on such a thing. Of course, it's early on and opinions are out there all the time. You've got to stay strong. I'm employed by the club to do a job, and I do that to the best of my ability. Now, let's have a bit of a discussion around this, right? The title of that is Man Utd backstab Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And it has happened. They backstabbed a lot of managers. In the past, it happened with Mourinho, it happened with Louis van Gaal. But with those two managers, there was loads of rumors months ahead of the time, saying that they will lose the job, but it took months for them to lose their job. I think Louis van Gaal was there was rumors coming out in around Christmas time, but he lost his job after in March or May, which is 3-4 months down the line. Jose Mourinho, again, beginning of the season, it was the same thing, but he got sacked in December. So Manchester United do take their time, much like in the transfer window, to make all these major changes. Now, the difference with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at this very moment is Manchester Evening News are reporting it. Samuel Lockhurst, forgive me if I pronounce his name wrong, he's quite close to the United hierarchy. He gets inside information. He is also reporting it. I think Manchester United are testing the water on how the crowd, how us, will react to a news, their shield, in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because let's face it, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is their shield. How will us fans in general react to this particular news? A lot of, from what I was gathering information, looking at social media, looking at Twitter, etc., talking to some of you guys out there, and I'll get to the comment section, guys, so I really appreciate that. Everyone's under the impression now that it's time for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to leave the club. Personally, for me, I've said it. I've been very consistent with my views on him. I've said it long back that I am not a fan of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. There are persistent problems such as lineups, substitution changes, tactic, everything. We're still seeing it today, and he's been at the flipping job for almost 2 years, and we're still going back and saying the same things over and over again. The disaster that we have had in the start of the season, especially our home form, certainly solidifies that, right? The defeat against Arsenal was a bitter pill. I think a lot of us are still feeling it. The defeat against Istanbul, you just have to look at the defensive performance right there. I think he's starting to, we've seen that with Jose Mourinho, we've seen that with Louis van Gaal. He's starting to lose the respect of the players, and I think some of the players are not respecting Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Now, I am Ole Gunnar Solskjaer out. I've said that consistently for a very fucking long time, right? But I am not an Ole hater. I love this guy. He's such a club legend. But I think the job with Manchester United, being the permanent Manchester United manager, is a step too much for him. I think that there was a knee-jerk reaction by the board to offer him a deal during an interim manager phase. And we've seen it time and time again with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And now, the dreaded board support, this article coming out saying that the Manchester United board do support Ole Gunnar Solskjaer still. That's all bullshit, right? That normally happens when they're about to sack a manager. I'll get into a bit of detail around Pochettino and everything after I've checked some of the comments. Make sure you smash the like button, guys. I don't normally do live streams, but I do have a thing where I want to do a live stream every day covering the news, etc., and talk to you guys. Marianne Chan says, is Ole deserved to be a Manchester United manager currently? No, and I've been very consistent about it. I got my reasons. Faris, thank you so much. Poch in. Faris says, we'll get to that. Red Devil Weekly. Big shout out to Red Devil Weekly. If you haven't checked his channel out, go and check his channel out now. That's fantastic live streams. A lot more than me live streams. Fantastic call-ins, fantastic views, everything around Manchester United. It's always nice to go and check out the smaller YouTubers in regards to Manchester United, because we all have our views as well. Some of them are actually better than and more interactive than the bigger channels, you can say. So do go and check out Red Devil Weekly. Big shout out to him, buddy. Thank you so much. He says, I really like Ole, but it seems inevitable that he won't be here for much longer, especially if we lose against Everton. Footy Live, another person. Go and give him a follow on Twitter. I'm not sure what's your Twitter handle. I think it's called Footy Live, but let me just double check that. He drops a lot of good news, whether it's transfer news, speculation, latest news. You can genuinely stay ahead of the game just by following Footy Live, and he is available on Twitter at Tom 809199654. Long name. Go and give him a follow. Such a lovely person as well. He says Pochettino and his representatives are refusing to comment on the links, which in journalism says to us that the club is preparing for life without a manager. P.S. The links are true. Excellent. Myself and other reporters have been told Pochettino sees Manchester United as the right project and the job for him and the love for United. And going back to your comment before I continue, Pochettino, there are reports coming out that Poch has been linked with the likes of Barcelona last year, but he has kind of distanced himself and refused it because he's got his eyes set on the United job. Now there is rumors and some articles I've been reading that the PSG manager, I can't remember, Tuchel, whatever you want to call him, he is under pressure at PSG, and United are kind of acting really quick on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I mean on Pochettino, because they feel that maybe PSG will approach him and take him off the hands. And we go back to we go back about a couple of years down the line. United have been interested in Pochettino for a very very long time. He is a decent manager, a good manager. He gets the best out of his squad. He can develop players, Son, Harry Kane, being examples, and he doesn't make a big fuss in terms of spending, which is perfect for the Glazers, right? However, there are reports coming out that Pochettino will demand a director of football, and that's something that we flipping need, and we need it for ages, right? I'm gonna go back to some of the other comments, then I'll discuss a bit more around it. Red Devil Weekly says reports of which manager is going to take over. Once there is still a manager, there is a sign of our instability as a club. Totally agree with you on that. I think it's not. It's as a club. It stinks from the top to bottom. Even the players. I don't trust a lot of these players. These players are known, and they've done it in the past in 3 different managers. They are known to throw the manager out of the club. They're gonna throw Ole Gunnar. They have thrown Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in under the bus. I feel sorry for him because yes, we question his tactics. Yes, we question his lineup substitutions, etc., etc. But players have a responsibility as Manchester United. Players have a responsibility to at least do the basics right on the field. I don't think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and his coaches taught them, like yesterday's goal for those of you that watched it, where everyone was pushed forward and they left Dembaba at the back. I don't think the coaches will tell the players, look, everyone go forward, don't worry about Dembaba, he's slow, he's not going to score anything. I don't think they did that. It's the players on the field that need to take control. The captains, the leaders need to take control on the field of these moment to moment situations, right? Some of the things have to be shifted on the players, and I do believe the players have the knack of throwing managers, and they're used to it. That's the worst thing. They're used to it. They're gonna earn big money. They're still earning so much. The manager takes the blame, and unfortunately, as much as I love Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I think that part in particular, it's not fair on him. It's definitely not fair on him, right? Let me see. Let me go back. Jay, welcome, bro. What I hate about this is Moyes, Van Gaal, and Mourinho saga put the fans through the same nightmare. I checked every 5 minutes hoping to see United fired them. Now it's Ole. He's waiting to be fired. Exactly. We're going through the same flipping thing again. Footy Live against mentioning what I just mentioned. Sporting director is needed. He'll demand it. That's according to reports, and we all know how power hungry that fucking Ed. I don't care if YouTube fucking demonetize me because that's my channel and I do whatever the fuck I want. But Pochettino is the right manager only if he is allowed to get his director of football, and only if he's allowed to kick out some of the shit show coaches that we have. I'm not in for nostalgia. This enough is enough. There's no fucking nostalgia involved. Michael Carrick, Mike Phelan, get the fuck out of my club, right? Get Pochettino in and get his own coaching staff in and his choice of director of football. Now these bankers and negotiators running our club, right? Enough is enough. And I think a lot of this blame needs to be shifted towards the board. We've said it time and time again. Excuse my language, but fuck them. Jay says, we, the fans, wanted a permanent deal for Ole. He revived the club when he was interim manager. I can't figure out, Jay. Mate, not every single fan. I was against actually giving him a full-time contract because he's been at the job for a couple of months. He had a fantastic result, and I'm like, why are you rushing and giving him a contract? And that's the mistake United have made. If they flipping waited until the summer to make that decision, we would not be in this position, taking this guy, the legend of the club, through the mud, right? After the PSG game, not the recent one, but a few years ago, we gave him a contract, and from then it went down. It went downhill, right? Footy Live says, I'm changing my handle, so please, Tom, please change your handle, man. PSG are looking at Laurent Blanc, Pochettino, and Allegri if they part company with Thomas Tuchel, and yeah, that's what I was referring to. Like PSG, there is a chance now that Pochettino is in the short list. Although I think Laurent Blanc will make a good manager for PSG. He's French, he's done wonders, and he's a good, intelligent coach. Stay away from Pochettino. PSG will get Allegri, in my opinion. Poch wants the Premier League. Allegri is another signing, another manager out there that's free, but I think his pragmatic approach doesn't suit United's style. One of the managers I will throw my hat into the ring is Luis Enrique. What the hell is he doing these days? I wouldn't mind him. He's known for attacking. He's a good coach. He's an experienced coach. But yeah, Red Devil Week to say, Ray Draco, speak your mind. Oh, thanks, bro. Yeah, I mean, I don't do live streams. That's probably why I get a lot of my videos demonetized. I get a lot of my videos demonetized, but I speak what I need to speak. I'm earning pennies from YouTube. What? Just to hide the fucking F word and lose out on a potential 10 pence. Like, fuck's sakes, man. Fuck the Glazers. That's what I want to hear. Pochettino wants a job in England more than anywhere else and will want his own coaching staff to image the club in his way. And yes, that is actually correct. From the reports and rumors that we've been reading, Pochettino will demand certain things. And I hope those demands are met, because otherwise we're just going to come back 18 months down the line and it's going to be the same old shit. You know, how many times you can do that, ride the same old wave. But generally, if these reports are coming out true, then United have done Ole over again. Ed Woodward, hang your aim in fucking shame. You have, due to your incompetence, 7-8 years, you have sacked 4 different managers. Yeah, if I was the Glazers and if I had any care in football, okay, forget what's happening on the field, I would at least question that. Like, how comes we've changed 4 fucking managers in the past 7-8 seasons, having spent X amount of money, almost £1 billion, right? There's something happening that you're not doing right, and we need to kind of look at that. If they had any knowledge of what's actually happening in Manchester, rather than getting a report from a commercial success report from Ed Woodward and saying, oh, everything's fine, you know. But I think that's what they are. That's what these fucking American owners are. They're venture capitalists. They don't give a fuck about football. They don't give a shit about football. They don't give a shit about you and me. They don't give a shit about any other clubs. As long as the bottom line is filling the pockets like dividends and making profit and sucking things out of the club, that's all they care about. They are venture capitalists, and fuck them. You know, I hate them so much. Oh, I need to cool down. Hey, Faris, aka MUFCR, thank you so much. You didn't have to, man. I really appreciate it. love the support, guys. Thank you so much. You know, I appreciate everyone's support so far in the channel. It's been going well. I've gone back to work this week full on, so it's been tough on me, but I try my best to kind of do these little live streams going forward. Jay says, if the players are throwing Ole under the bus, but it was Ole who took off Donny and brought in Pogba. Donny was one of the few players actually working. That what confuses me. And going back to that point, that's not the first thing. That's not the first thing that we noticed, right? I was Ole out the day. I was at Ole neutral. I wasn't too sure. But last season in August, when we drew against Southampton, if you go back to that video, I said the same things, the same problems with the tactics, the formation, the substitute changes. I said the same thing as what I'm saying now, and it just shows nothing has changed. How long have we been saying these same things over and over again? Classic example is Donny van der Beek. Jay says, and he makes a good point. He was the best player on the field. He got taken off, and I think some of the decisions Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is bringing upon himself, and I feel sorry. I think he has surrounded himself with a shit show. You know, his knowledge of he's been a manager for 10 fucking years, and it baffles me that he's managing a club like Manchester United. 5, 10 years, 20 years down the line, we look at this guy and think, you know what, he fucked up at United, and whose fault is that? Definitely his fault. Some of the selections, but it's Ed Woodward. We are tarnishing this guy's image, right? 10 years ago, he's a legend of the flipping club, guys. But that's what's happening right now with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Pochettino. There are reports coming out, and I think there are players in the club, I think, that are not pulling the weight, and they are used to getting rid of the manager, you know. I'll fucking name it. I think Paul Pogba is a virus. I have no inside information, but any person with common knowledge and looking outside from the club, you can see what a stroppy player Paul Pogba is. And it's not just Paul Pogba. There are a few players that's been at that club for the past 3 managers, including Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I'm looking at Rojo, I'm looking at Phil Jones, I'm looking at Nemanja Matic, I'm not sure, but I'm looking at about a core group of 4 or 5 players that is still there, who's clearly got a huge influence in the fucking dressing room, and they are not performing. If on paper the United team on paper is fantastic, right? We should be beating teams comfortably. We should be beating teams by the time 50, 60, 70 minutes into the game, allowing us to kind of develop and put up youngsters and etc., right? Now, going back to Poch, Poch was interested, is well known, Poch was interested in Bruno Fernandes. He was interested in Amad Traore, I believe. I believe he was interested in was it Cavani? Sorry, Donny van der Beek. These players are already at the club. I feel, and I said it in my last live stream, I feel that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the man before the man. He was always the man before the man. Obviously, he done well. We gave him a deal. Done. But I felt that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will never be a manager where you're gonna get a lot of success from in the future. Do you honestly see Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is gonna win the Premier League for Manchester United? I think he's there to stabilize the ship, add a bit of depth, give a bit of time to the United board, shield the United board, and the main target was Pochettino. Obviously, Pochettino would have been under some curfew, or not to speak to some certain clubs or not to appear on TV. And so suddenly last week he just popped up on Sky Sports like out of nowhere, and he said, one of the calls, if you saw me on Instagram, he did say that it might be a team in red when asked about what attire he's going to be wearing, what color he's been wearing. So these are telling signs. These are absolutely telling signs. Now, hypothetically speaking, right? And Luis Campos is a fantastic director of football. I have him on Football Manager as my director of football. And for those of you that follow me on Twitch, know that my Football Manager is my passion. Luis Campos is a fantastic person. He's the person that unearthed the likes of Martial and Mbappe. He's done a fantastic job, I believe, at Monaco as well. So yeah, he's doing wonders in Lille, and someone like him would be very, very good. Someone like him would be very, very good. But what was I saying? In terms of Pochettino, if the reports are true, clearly Manchester United done this guy over again. Clearly, Man United have messed up Ole Gunnar Solskjaer again. Imagine Ole Gunnar Solskjaer waking up this morning and seeing a reliable source talking about Pochettino. And just a week ago, Pochettino had appeared in Sky Sports, and in recent weeks, his team has been performing shit. Imagine seeing that. You'll be on the phone to your agent and say, you know what, start keeping an eye out on different jobs. This guy, I don't think he'll manage another Premier League club again. I'm stating facts. Great player, shit manager, right? 10 years he's been a manager, and still he comes in at United. There is still no style of play. Where is the pattern of play? Like, is it a diamond? Is a McTominay on the right wing? Who's playing CDM or who's on defense? He's made several high-profile mistakes, and that is on him. Giving the captaincy to Harry Maguire was one of the other mistakes as well. Like, how can you give Harry Maguire the captaincy? Like, how? British Brexit FC, because it's English, I spent £80 million. Here's the captaincy. There are other people, Bruno Fernandes, being a better captain than Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire organizes no defense. He's quiet. He doesn't give a shit. It's like he's there. He's just coasting through, vibes, that sort of thing. Anyway, I can go on a long rant about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but the bottom line is, it is extremely unfair, if the reports are true, that we're gonna see another manager thrown under the bus by Ed Woodward and some of the players. A simple fact. What I think about Pochettino, I like him. I would prefer him over Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, simply because he has better coaching experience. He has a better knowledge of the game, and there will be patterns of play that we'll see. It won't take him 2 years. He won't, like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, where his knowledge of the game was so poor. He only trusted his Brexit FC scouts. He surrounded himself with familiar faces from his playing days. I don't know what Michael Carrick is doing there. I don't know who the fuck is Kieran McKenna. He recruited Quinton Fortune, who have left the club since, and Mike Phelan being another one. These are telling signs of and don't even fucking get me started on match days. Like, he's sitting there looking at his iPad or whatever it is. What is he doing? Like, half the players are performing shit, and he's there sitting down. Then he's smiling after the game. Things like that, I think it doesn't help Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It doesn't show his image. He comes out on press conferences and smiling and nervous smiling and talking about how we tried our best, the efforts were 100%. You're fucking lying to yourself. Now forget us, you're fucking lying to yourself. These are some of the things that I feel that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer could have controlled better. But now it looks like it's becoming too late. The players are not respecting him enough. They stopped playing for him. They genuinely stopped playing for him. We got Everton on Saturday, away to Everton, who are a good team, experienced coach, some fantastic players. Yes, they lost the last 2 day games, but it is what it is. Are you comfortable going into the Everton game? Like, we're so inconsistent. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer could win against Everton, but I think it's the end of the line for him. And personally, for me, thank God. But saying the other side, the real virus is still at the club. It's the fucking Glazers and Ed Woodward. They are the real viruses. We could be coming back and saying the same thing about Pochettino in about a year or 2 years down the line. Right? I'm gonna go through some of the comments before I end the stream. Make sure you smash the like button, guys. It does really go a long way. I really appreciate it. Farry says Pochettino got Spurs to the Champions League final without spending in 2 years. 100% agree. And that goes back to the coaching ability, the mentorship, right? Imagine not spending anything money, but you take that team into the Champions League final. What does that say about your tactics and your coaching and your training regimes? What does that say? Any organization? What it says a lot of things, right? Jay says it's almost like United spent £80 million, but Leicester gave United the fake Harry. Yes, 100%, 100%. Hey, Mehek and Danny, big shout out to you guys. Welcome to the stream. It is a very foul-mouthed stream. Just a heads up. Loving the passion, bro. Take it easy. It will be interesting to see Pochettino comes in. Plenty to discuss for the podcast tomorrow. Yes, for those of you who do not know, I do a weekly podcast show every Fridays. It's not live stream, but I will upload a pre-recorded live stream on. It's something different for my channel. In conjunction with Danny and his university, we're going to be talking about what happened last week in football in general. We're going to be discussing a lot about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Mikel Arteta, Manchester United versus Arsenal review because he's a United fan. But that'll be dropped tomorrow. I'll do my match preview as well tomorrow at some point in the afternoon. We got Everton, big game. But let me know your thoughts after, guys. I'm gonna stop the stream. Thank you so much for everyone that's joined in. Really do appreciate it. I'm gonna read out one last comment because I know I smashed the like button. Thank you so much. United still the best, but Pogba must go. He just doesn't help this team. So yeah, Pogba, get rid of them. Get players in. I can name you 10 other. I exaggerate. I lie. I can name you at least 4 or 5 other midfielders who will cost you less than £20 million in the Premier League, who will do a fucking better job than Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba is not interested. He doesn't want to stay at United. He wants to leave. Get the fuck out of my club, man. Like, legit. I'd rather have someone come in and show a lot of passion. I'd rather have that than Paul Pogba coming in. And how long have we been saying that in regards to Paul Pogba? It's been 3-4 years. We're saying the same shit. Sometimes, oh, he'll do well. Give him chance. Oh, he's injured. He's coming back from this. Fuck you, man. Like, legit. How long can you say that? How long can you say about that player? Whereas when he goes to France, he's a totally different player. He just doesn't want to be there. Get the fuck out of my club. United cash in, sell him, reinvest in that club. Even that, I don't trust that, man. But thank you so much for joining in, guys. Make sure you smash the like button. I'll be back tomorrow with some match preview. I probably will do a live stream of the match preview, actually. And I'll be dropping my podcast with Danny, obviously, tomorrow. And have a fantastic rest of Thursday. For those of you that is in the UK or England specifically, lockdown starts as of today. Keep safe, guys. Keep your distance. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, get out of the club, man. Like, it's for your own good. Keep your distance. I hope Ed Woodward keeps his fucking distance away from me. Like, fuck me. That face, I want to just... Love you guys.